Um, so I've been thinking about this idea, so I'll share it with y'all. And it's more of a tool than any prescription or anything. So I think it could be used for benefit in certain situations, but it's obviously an oversimplification, so it misses some things. Anyways, I'll get right to it. I guess I'll call it like happiness calculus or something. But the basic idea is over time, our happiness is going to vary. Sad to happy, good, bad, whatever words we want to use. But there are certain activities that might have a early spike. So let's say like a night of drinking. So you get really happy and then you crash, and then the whole next day you feel terrible if you drink too much. So should we do this activity or not? And the way I like to think about it is finding the areas under the curves and seeing whether it nets out to a positive or a negative activity. So if you add up this area, clearly less than that area. So you just shouldn't do that activity because it's going to make you more sad than happy over the course of your life. That's not to say you should never drink. Just maybe change this to be like this, and then maybe feel a little sad the next day, and then you can be normal. And then clearly, the happiness is better. But there are also the opposite kind of activities where it's deferred gratification. So you're feeling bad or sad at first, but then you get happy later. So maybe like, I don't know. For me, exercise and like running is terrible. So I always put that in the bad category. Some people think that makes them happy, but I do feel better afterwards sometimes. So maybe it's kind of like this kind of thing. And this positive outweighs the negative, and it's a worthwhile activity. Now, some problems with this is it completely simplifies our mental states into a one-dimensional spectrum, and that's not accurate. We have 100 billion neurons, and they communicate in different patterns all the time. They use different neurotransmitters. You can't just assign a brain a value somewhere between happy and sad or good and bad. But for us to think about and plan the future and try to decide whether we think something will make us happy, it might be a good tool to use sometimes. And another problem is there's no way you can predict way out here how this activity is going to make you feel. I mean, we have some ideas, but it's really going to be more of a statistical cone shape, you know? We're going to plan to fall somewhere in this cone, and I don't know, you can try to plan based on this. I don't know, I see that like a Gaussian standard deviation kind of thing. Somewhere along there will fall, and we have some kind of estimate based on our previous knowledge, but you can't really know it. So I don't know, it's just a tool. Play with it if